The Bitcoin hype machine by BlackRock just continues. As you guys do see from this recent event, there was a big spotlight put on Bitcoin and Ethereum from BlackRock, as always, and they are actually saying that they have emerged as the predominant crypto assets. Very interesting. Now, I want to talk about this. I'm going to be addressing it, but I'm also going to be talking about XRP and the secret plan behind all of this to actually pump XRP. That's right. BlackRock pumping XRP. We're going to be talking about that. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's take a quick look at this slide that they have behind them, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. The key characteristics which differentiate them both. We have the time when they launched, the value proposition, the founder, the market cap, the supply cap, and even the consensus mechanism. Then on the right side, you have the dominance, right? You have the Bitcoin dominance versus Ethereum and others. Now, like I've said in the past, BlackRock is not dumb. BlackRock did not get into the position that they are in because they are dumb. When they look at Bitcoin, they know that if they can control Bitcoin, they can control the rest of this market. And so far, it seems as though they are on a path to ultimately control Bitcoin. And, you know, all the maxis are celebrating it. Oh, they're going to pump our bags. They're going to make us rich. Even though that's clearly not their agenda. If that was the case, you know, everyone would be rich. But these are elites. These are the elite companies of the world. And they don't care about you getting rich. In fact, they don't want you getting rich. But I've talked about this, right? For an example, let's go back to December 30th of 2023. Where on December 6th, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said that he would close down Bitcoin and crypto if he were the government. Yesterday, BlackRock named JP Morgan as an authorized participant for its spot Bitcoin ETF. Check this out. I want to interrupt the video real quick to let you guys know that I have officially partnered up with Bybit, the third largest crypto exchange out there, to offer you guys exclusive rewards and benefits when signing up with my link down in the description below. There's over $30,000 plus worth of welcome rewards that could be yours right now. All you have to do is sign up, trade, and utilize the exchange. This is one of the best exchanges out there, 24/7 support. Massive amounts of trading volume in a 24-hour period. They have access to pretty much any market that you can think of around crypto. So what are you guys waiting for? Go and sign up utilizing my link down in the description below and have a good time trading.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case. Because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Okay.
I've always been.
So there you guys have it, right? And then over here, we also have one of the, named participants. It's very funny when we hear these types of conversations because these are the people that all of a sudden Bitcoin maxis are cheering on. Except it's BlackRock, right? What I find funny about all of this is we now have BlackRock shilling Bitcoin to the retail herd and nobody's questioning it. I mean, nobody is even talking about it. And I want to bring up a post that I have talked about, for a little bit of time now for myself. And I said that they don't go on mainstream media and tell you opportunities to get rich. This is CNBC, the same news outlet that allows Jim Cramer to go on, offer investment advice that completely wrecks and ruins individuals that actually follow him. If you do the opposite, then hey, yeah, sure, you're getting rich. But this is why mainstream media, you can't trust it. And you can't trust these individuals like Larry Fink from BlackRock, which owns almost all the media companies, going on and telling you, hey, it's Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin. Or no, it's Ethereum, it's Ethereum. They're not going to tell you what opportunities you should be throwing your money in to get rich. They're showing you Bitcoin and they're showing you Ethereum because they have ETFs. They get rich off of you buying their ETFs and trading their ETFs. And they know that Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs, or even if you bought spot Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're not getting rich. And I even said, you need to find out where the big money is flowing. Now over here, we also have from BlackRock, they're stating that crypto is being adopted faster than the internet and mobile phones. This market is about to explode. Check it out.
Head of thematic investing at BlackRock, I really spend a lot of my time thinking about the future and some of the disruptive changes that are impacting the world and society and the economy and our portfolios around us. Oftentimes, this is about disruptive technologies. Oftentimes, it's about societal changes. But what we found with blockchain and digital assets is that in some ways, this is one of the fastest growing technologies we've seen in the last few years. On the right-hand side of the chart, you can see our adoption curve. This is just looking at how quickly certain assets are adopted by a society. And you can see that blockchain and digital assets are being adopted faster than major revolutions before it, whether that's the internet or whether that's cell phones. And there's a couple of reasons for this. The first reason is just we're living in a more digital economy than ever before. If we're consuming things online, streaming videos, playing video games, buying digital content, it makes sense to have digitally native assets to conduct those transactions, particularly when there's, secondly, and importantly, in a year like this year, where over half the world's population is voting for new leadership, not just the elections in the United States, in Mexico, in India, and the European Union, we're seeing more geopolitical risk than before, and in fact, declining trust in institutions, whether that's trust in government institutions for maintaining peace and order, whether that's trust in central banks in terms of keeping inflation under control. More distrust has exacerbated the need for a global monetary alternative. The third we're seeing is demographic changes, the rise of the millennial and Gen Z generation. Millennials, at least in the United States, are set to inherit trillions of dollars, are entering peak earnings years in their work, and are increasingly playing an important role in the economy. And millennials are very different from previous generations because we, were the first generation to be digitally native, growing up with the internet, growing up with computers. We understand digital better than previous generations, and that means we're more likely to adopt digital currencies. And then finally, what I think has been really important to BlackRock in our journey in the digital asset space has been the maturing of infrastructure in digital assets. We've seen billions of dollars move in venture capital and private equity into digital assets to fund incredible innovation in blockchain. We've seen the regulatory environment evolve to get more constructive around digital assets and how people can buy them. We've seen extremely talented people leave traditional finance to go into DeFi to help lead some of these innovations. And all of this infrastructure has really matured over the last 5 years. So between all of these tailwinds, it's really creating the opportunity for digital assets to gain broader adoption across more investors around the world. With that being said, we're in the early days. 2.9 trillion, it changes every day. Maybe it's slightly higher or slightly lower since we made this slide. But we could have focused thus far our efforts on 2 digital assets, the 2 largest. We feel that between these 2 assets, which represent about 75% of the market cap of the digital asset space, and have some of the most liquidity in the digital asset space, that we can really start to make headway in terms of bringing out accessible vehicles to more investors. Now, what I'm going to talk about.
Now, they want to bring out additional vehicles to, other investors and so. But what I find funny about this is where this space is headed. All right, adoption is obviously picking up. The space is getting a lot bigger. But the question is, where do we go from here? And is it going to be Bitcoin and is it going to be Ethereum? I don't believe so. In fact, I do believe that BlackRock is about to pump other altcoins in this space, and XRP is one of them. How do we know this? Well, let's take a quick look back in time. So this is BlackRock CEO Larry Fink points out the need to reimagine finance with global debt reaching critical levels. Coincidentally, that's exactly what Ripple is doing with XRP reimagining finance. And yes, if you go on their website, if you read through the documents, every single document, even on the website, Ripple does say we're reimagining finance with, blockchain.
I believe we are hitting thresholds of just too much debt. The only solution we have now is reorienting, reimagining how we finance growth. And I think the way we're going to be able to finance growth is public-private. There's so much private money that is looking for great long-term investments to work, whether that is in power grids or infrastructure, in sustainability, charging stations, you name it. And so in all our conversations is how can we reimagine finance? How can we find a better structure, and how can we then leverage public finance with private capital to augment growth?
And did you catch what he said? Public-private collaboration. Guess what? Ripple is working with the BIS. Ripple is known to be working with the IMF. Ripple is known to be working with a ton of institutions. A lot of people forget that Ripple has infiltrated the traditional financial system in such a large way because all they're focused on is one thing, and that's XRP's price. They forget that Ripple is using XRP. They're using the XRP ledger. Ripple isn't XRP. The number one thing to focus on is the fact that Ripple is using this technology, and Ripple is already infiltrated within the traditional system. They're already connected with all of these institutions. They're already connected with all of these organizations. Now, does this prove that BlackRock is about to pump XRP? No. No, it doesn't. In fact, let's go over here to where Larry Fink was asked about an XRP ETF, and then he replied saying, I can't answer that. Check it out.
Advent of Bitcoin ETFs is an example that we're legitimizing it. We're creating more safety.
Well, let me ask you this. Will you do another ETF? How about an XRP ETF? I know you got Ether out there. How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't. And you don't want me to.
I do.
Well, I can't.
All right.
So he can't, right? Why? Why can't he? Huh. We wonder why, right? Now, all of a sudden, the race is on. Wall Street races to launch latest cohort of crypto spot ETFs. And a lot of it is XRP. The race to launch an exchange-traded fund tracking XRP, the 7th largest digital token, has begun. Now, so far, BlackRock has yet to announce that they are filing for an XRP ETF, but I did say that isn't it funny how overnight we went from there will never be an XRP ETF to now having 2 XRP ETF filings in the last week alone. Remember what I said, once BlackRock files for an ETF, it's game on. Every XRP ETF filing will be approved, just like Bitcoin. And I do believe that they are going to start pumping XRP heavily from that point on. Why? Because we are on the cusp of regulations. We are also now witnessing these major players like BlackRock taking tokenization seriously. And also Ripple is investing and building out institutional DeFi capabilities on the XRP ledger with XRP. Then enter RLUSD, which is also just another key that unlocks the door to institutional DeFi. The stage is being set. This is also why I said back here that if you really want to make money, if you really want to get rich, look beyond the Bitcoin and the Ethereum hype that BlackRock is shilling you. Do your own research and find out where the big money is flowing. AI, RWA tokenization. These are 2 key narratives to watch. Larry Fink literally told you the ETFs were just step 1. Step 2 is tokenization. So if we think about this logically, all right, BlackRock is not going to tokenize with Bitcoin. Yes, they already have a traded fund with Ethereum, but I want you guys to understand that Ethereum cannot scale efficiently. Ethereum is not viable for financial use cases. So now we look at, all right, what other altcoins and what other projects in the space have just as much reputation as Bitcoin and Ethereum? Well, XRP is one of the largest projects in the space and has been for well over a decade now. So it just makes sense. And we definitely need to focus on this, especially at a time where the SEC case, we are getting some big updates around it. But I've said it multiple times. I do believe that that case could soon be put to bed, especially with a different admin or even with a major blow from the Second Circuit. So we're definitely watching that closely. But in my opinion, I do believe that we are about to get XRP ETFs. I do believe that BlackRock is going to be one of the major players behind this as well, because it just makes sense, especially from the money aspect. But then from that point on, I do think that we are going to see a very big hype train for XRP, and I think that's going to grow significantly. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.